The Starcon Federation has reached its decision. Roger Wilco, please step forward. Roger Wilco, you have been judged guilty of the following crimes: abandoning your post, deviating from mission parameters, misuse of Starcon property, disintegrating a fellow officer, perpetrating a sequel without authorization, and consorting with a female of higher rank. Do you have anything to say for yourself before we pronounce sentence?
Can't you guys take a joke?
Do you have anything intelligent to say for yourself before we pronounce sentence?
Nope.
Very well. It is the opinion of this tribunal that as punishment for your crimes against the Starcon Federation, you are to be decommissioned. You are hereby stripped of the rank of captain. You are no longer an officer of the Starcon Federation. Your enrollment at Starcon Academy is hereby terminated. However, due to your successful return of the SCS Eureka, your rescue of the Goliath's crew, and the fact that nobody gets rid of stubborn mildew stains and black heel marks as well as you do, we are returning you to your former post with Starcon Fleet. You are hereby ordered to resume your duties immediately as janitor second class on board the SCS Deep Ship 86.
Attention all hands. This is your commander speaking. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your fine performance during our recent episode, A Stitch in Time Saves Gamma 9. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a gesture of appreciation, we're putting in for shore leave on Polysorbate 60. Enjoy yourselves, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Kielbasa out.
Meanwhile, in a deserted warehouse just outside the galaxy,
I don't care how you do it, gentlemen, so long as his body is intact. Do you understand?
Yes, we got it. Yes, right. Yes, right.
Good. Now, I believe you'll find him here, on Polysorbate 60, on shore leave.
Okay, I'm ready. Energize!
As we join our hero, Roger Wilco, he has just been transported to the surface of Polysorbate 60 to enjoy a little shore leave. Apparently, there was a minor glitch in the process. Well, at least you got here with all your important parts, your hands, your mouth, and your stomach.
Oh, great! Real wonderful. Nice beam job, you metallic piece of scrap. Jeez, this is snug. Real snug. You know, it actually makes me feel kind of good. I remember when I used to wear my mom's... well, never mind. No time for nostalgia. I've got a serious extraction problem to work out first.
That's an interesting piece of hardware. Your normally dim power of recollection actually recalls having seen a picture of one of these in the ship library. Get this. It's called a bike. People used to actually get on these and use their own muscles to achieve locomotion. What losers. Upon closer inspection, you notice some sort of ID card hanging on the frame. Hey, that one has some legs. They're kind of spindly, but you sure have no room to criticize.
Thank you, my good man. Yikes, I hope everything came out with me.
Yes, you actually left a cool-looking mold of your lower torso. Well, actually, it's not that impressive. Upon grabbing the ID card, you notice the picture on it is of a rather homely-looking alien type. Yes, everyone can't be as fortunate as you. Bootlicker appears to be open for business. This little flesh wad looks familiar. You wonder what he's doing here. Must have been a victim of the telecommunications wars.
Hi there.
Howdy there, partner. The name's Paul Conshohocker. Yeah, that's my name. I'm the proprietor of this here establishment here. Now, anything I can sell you, why, you just let me know. But if you steal anything, I'll be forced to kind of kill you. Welcome.
That sounds fair.
A very odd fixture occupies a good portion of this corner. Its purpose is irrelevant, as it seems to be the victim of a lack of maintenance and some sort of clinging mineral-like deposit, which have been laid down in several arch-shaped patterns. A sensible person would be afraid to find out what this caps off. That being the case, I'll take the liberty of telling you that it's something you don't want to mess with. It's one of those new Kodrak mobile photo booths. I heard they were beta testing those. You pop a coin in the slot and climb on in.
All right, I'm looking pretty good. Fire away. There's got to be an optics problem with that machine. I look partially digested.
Good thing you didn't opt for that second set of prints after all. Guess that guy won't be filing any complaints with the Portable Business Association. It would appear that once again, Vice is a bit more profitable than most business ventures. This place is almost too hip for the planet. But then, that's no mean feat, given what a total heap this place appears to be.
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson and a pretty good ass-em-off cocktail, you know what I mean, huh? Hey, I got you. Try a fuzzy toe jam. They seem to be pretty popular with your particular species here. Okay, you got it, pal.
You recognize the uniform of the Fistal Hemisphere Alliance. Unlike that popular trunk-bearing pachyderm on that planet Earth, this guy seems to actually be drinking through his trunk. That means he's drinking through his nose. Yuck.
What can I do for you there, fella? Okay, you got it, pal. What can I do for you there, fella? Okay, you got it, pal. What can I do for you there, fella? Okay, you got it, pal. What can I do for you there, fella?
You know what? I think I'll pass.
It's too humiliating. They seem to be in use. Your rudeness would give them no compelling reason not to rearrange your appendages. In this case, I'd suggest you just talk to you. You get a jump on senility by mumbling to... Your utterances fall. He, or whatever it is, emits what you think is a dim-witted guffaw. You rarely feel so conversationally superior, at least with animate objects. I wonder if these spiders jump. This guy looks like he should be standing This guy looks like he...
Hey!
I wonder if you... Nah, what was I thinking?
He's too far away. Your utterances...
Hey!
Buddy, maybe you can help me out. I'm trying to track down this Ender Droid. I'm an Ender Droid runner. I know it don't look so hot, but I'm in disguise, you know?
In disguise? Yeah, you do look disguised. I just don't know what like. Hey, here's a tip. Think seriously about a flea dip.
I could really use your help getting this one. I've had a hell of a time tracking him down. You've gotta help me. Tell you what, if you can find and immobilize this bionic beer opener, it's worth 50 buckazoids to you. What do you say to that? I've scoured this dung heap. I haven't seen synthetic hide nor hair of him. All that's left to check is that bar. I'd go in there myself, you see, but I've had a little misunderstanding with the management. No biggie. I'm sure it'll blow over soon. Anyway, can you help me out? What do you say? 50 buckazoids. And if you don't mind me saying it, you look like you could use it. So how about it?
Well, I don't know. What's this Endodroid thing look like? And why do you want it?
Well, he's about your height, only maybe a few inches higher. And I'd say about your weight, give or take 60 pounds or so. But then that's just probably because of that stuff he's made of. Kind of a liquid metal thing, but that's not important. He's got a crew cut, and I think he was wearing a long dark coat. Has a strange accent.
But why do you want him?
Oh, he made some people mad.
How?
Oh, I guess he sort of jumped out of his program and kind of killed and or mangled a score or so of co-workers and, more importantly, management personnel. A big no-no. No big deal. I just gotta take him in for analysis and processing. It could help pull me out of my, unfortunate cash flow situation. And most importantly, it can mean 50 buckazoids for you. What do you say?
Well, I could use the buckazoids. I'll see what I can do.
Great. You won't regret it. You're gonna need this datacorder. It's been modified to only be sensitive to certain unique components like droidium, something only an Endrodroid would be composed of. This'll help you root him out. Good luck. Let me know when you've got him. Thanks. I gotta go check in with the home office. I'll check back out here a little later to see how you're coming along.
It's one of those Bjorn guys. It's so cute when they talk about assimilating everyone. This is the datacorder you got from that endodroid hunter dude. You have successfully reconfigured the datacorder for standard use. Don't open the datacorder when it's switched on. Doing so could damage some of the delicate internal components, such as your central nervous system. Nah, you still haven't convinced the door to yield to your obviously superior physical presence. Wow, you really did it! Not exactly the subtlest of entry techniques, but effective. That's pretty macho for the likes of you. Who would have guessed you'd have the makings of a Starsky or a Hutch, or a Tango or a Cash?
You go now, and I don't rearrange your organs.
You quite cleverly paste your picture over the old one on the ID card. You hear them say, "Geez, our skimmer's double hovered. We gotta run." You snag the 4 hoses. Never know when you're going to meet that special lady. You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are. You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are. You carefully untangle the twisted mass of hookah hoses and then rehook the hoses to create one long hose. It reminds you of Christmas time back home when you enjoyed untangling the Christmas lights and saying to yourself, "I get so much satisfaction from cleaning and straightening. One day, I'll be the best janitor ever." Well, at least one part of that dream came true. You are a janitor. You rehook the hoses to create one long one. It's too humiliating to see.
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson and a pretty good ass-em-off cocktail, you know what I mean, huh? Hey, I got you. Try a fuzzy toe jam. They seem to be pretty popular with your particular species here. Okay, you got it, pal. Hey there, guy. Come on now. Hey, you can't come back here. You want something? You let me know, all right? So you're with Polysorbate Security, huh? Yeah, what can I get for you, Chief?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff, which is I got just the thing for you guys. It's something I don't even give the regulars here. What do you think, huh?
Make me a double uvula spritzer. Twist a fleck rind, and I want it hacked and whipped, not like one of those shaken or stirred sissy drinks.
Okay, coming right up, Chief. Listen, this'll take a couple of minutes, but feast your eyes on the making of it, all right?
Oh, that's just fine. Take your time, my good man.
It's solidly in. This one doesn't spew. It's solidly in. It feels. An interesting arrangement. It's solidly.
You go now, and I don't rearrange your organs.
Boy, wouldn't it be... It's solidly in. It's solid. As cool as it would be. Boy, wouldn't it... This... That's... The canister snaps neatly into the conduit opening. Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the conduit. You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are. Your organic makeup makes exposure to spewing nitro most unwise. There is no market for Raj sickles. The nitro stops flow. The hookah hose is now attached to the leftmost conduit.
Hey!
What have you got?
Well,
Make me a dog.
okay, come.
Oh, that's...
It's solid. You pick up the loose. With a flick of your very supple... The floor has the... You pick up the loose end of the hookah hose. You complete the connection between... Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and...
Frosta la Kista, baby.
Wow, it worked! This dude's in a deep freeze. But now what are you going to do with him? Cool! Laying a solid blow upside the head of this frigid felon has reduced him to cubes. He's not too hard to handle now. You quite cleverly whisk the cubed culprit into your dustpan. It's going to be tough to carry him this way, though. Very good. He'll be much more transportable this way. However, you'd better hope it doesn't thaw. Pretty cool looking, huh? mess up your great hookup job? You can't open the refrigeration unit with the hoses connected and stretched tightly across its front. And mess up your...
Hey there, guy. Come on now. Hey, you can't...
The bartender, noticing the hose attached to the bent conduit, disconnects it, much to your chagrin.
What can I do for you there?
What if you
Well,
make me a W? Oh. Here's your cubed compadre. Where's my 50 buckazoids?
No bull. You really got him, huh? I mean, good job.
Yeah, I really got him. And I could really use my 50 buckazoids.
Tell you what, I'll pay you when they pay me.
No, I need the money now, or I let the guy thaw right here, right now.
No, just a minute. You don't want to do that. Hold on to your elementary contents. I got it here. Here, you happy? I'll just be taking that tray. Been a special treat doing business with you.
So this is Stooge Fighter 3. Doesn't look so tough to me.
Say, partner, care to indulge in a friendly game? By the way, the name's Jerkwad. What's your mama call you?
A mistake. But my friends call me Roger. Roger Wilco.
Well, it's darn fine to meet you, Roger. So, what do you say to a friendly little round of Stooge Fighter 3?
Gosh, Mr. Jerkwad, that sounds neat.
Let's get ready to rumble!
see that? Hit that! Nah. Oh, a wise guy.
Joe wins. Rumble.
See that? Hit that. Oh, a wise guy. See that? Hit that.
Corner Joe wins the match. Choice victory. He murdered you.
Wow, man. I guess I got real lucky. Or maybe you were holding back on me. Nah, you wouldn't do that, would you? You don't look that bright. I mean, that probably isn't your style. Wanna play again?
Not now, thanks.
It feels slightly gritty. He's too far away.
Hey! Say, you look familiar. Didn't I kick your butt in a huge robot once?
Oh yeah, that. I hope to forget that. It was the beginning of my undoing. I was a laughingstock around the company in the final days of Scumsoft. Oh well, if that hadn't gotten me, some of my other creative management techniques would have. In looking at the big picture, I suppose that arrangement left me with all my physical assets intact. Not a single other thing, unfortunately. I'm humiliated to admit that I have, on rare occasion, resorted to selling cheat sheets for arcade games. I've got to maintain a fairly, modest profile, I guess you could say. Time heals wounds and all that. Plus, maybe I can avoid a premature termination.
Wow. That's all very interesting. And very boring, if you don't mind my saying. What I want to know is, can you sell me a cheat sheet for Stooge Fighter 3?
Well, I think I may be able to facilitate that. I may have one in stock. Okay, here's what I need from you. A nice new bottle of Cold Sordian brandy. If you can deliver that, I think we can call it a deal. My people, I'll be waiting to take delivery from you so that we can put a bow on this deal. Catch you later.
So, Pa, what's the stuff behind you?
Oh, that, eh? Why, there's the good stuff, Sonny. I got some real fine stuff back here. Oh, yeah, I do. That's Cold Saurian brandy. That's what that is. Best available in these parts here. Now, it's way out of your price range, I'm sure. It goes for 20 buckazoids per.
I'd like a bottle of your cold Surian brandy, please.
Well, so you're interested in the good stuff, eh? I'll just take that 20. Thank you. I haven't sold much of this stuff lately, except to some sorry-looking little pud. Oh, hey, that reminds me. He still owes me some money. Oh, I can't believe I fell for that scam. Oh, well, enjoy, sucker.
Yes! Mr. Wilco, I'm most pleased you've chosen to do business with us. You're just in time, too. I have another party on his way interested in the same item. Oh well, his loss. Well, I'll take that off your hands. Now, per our agreement, here's your cheat sheet. I'm certain you'll find the game much more interesting now. Also, you look like you could use this fish. Enjoy, Mr. Wilco. I have a real important business in another part of town. Be seeing ya. Oh, by the way, I'd appreciate if you'd not mention our meeting to anyone. Some of those purple-skulled old stockholders really hold a grudge, okay? Bye-bye.
The guy looks like he could really use a visit to Supercuts. If the thought of how he might look underneath didn't cause you to involuntarily retch, you might even have paid. It's the Stooge Fighter 3 cheat sheet you got from Elmo.
To guarantee a win, the cheat sheet says, when at the choice screen, press the machine's letter buttons in the following order: A, B, B, A, C, A, C, A. Then, be aggressive and attack as much as possible using your new secret weapon.
Hi, Mr. Jerkwad. How about another game of Stooge Fighter? I'm feeling a little luckier this time.
You know, kid, I'd really like to, but I need a little more of a challenge. Take a long walk off a short asteroid, okay?
What's the matter? Afraid a measly little pencil-necked low-life janitor and general waste of human life is going to embarrass you in front of your friends?
Well said.
Hold on there, you little puke! I'm not afraid of some puny little zit on the butt of the universe!
Jerkwad is a scaredy cat! Jerkwad is a scaredy cat!
Alright, you little wad of spit, let's play. I'll waste you. Tell you what, let's make it interesting. If you win, I'll give you 300 buckazoids. However, if I win, you're mine to do with as I see fit. The deal? Oh, this is gonna be fun! Oh, you're a bit puny, but I'm sure I'll be able to get a few buckazoids for you over at the slave colony.
I'm sorry, I don't think I heard you quite right. Did you say slave colony?
Too late to back out, Borg breath.
I knew that.
That's delightful.
Let's get ready to rumble! Flareman wins. Unblemished victory. Rumble. Starman wins the match. Untainted victory.
How lucky can a guy get? That was pure luck. Jeez.
Where's my money?
Here. Now, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce, you little lump of phlegm. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my temper, and all that's gonna be left of you is teeth and toenails.
Yikes! Can it be? Why, yes it is. It's Fester Blatz, former owner and proprietor of Fester's World o' Wonders, a cheesy little tourist trap on the desert planetoid of Fleabot. The t-shirt looks, and unfortunately smells, like the same one he wore on Fleabot. He has the expression of someone enjoying a permanent wedgie. He has aged somewhat. Looks like he's grown a few more neck rings. These last few years have been rough on him. From what you remember of him, he used to be kind of an aqua blue. Now he looks like a used lug liner, or the color of a Varillian miner's loogie. Wow, an Apple II Plus running biorhythms. You thought IBM had rounded all those up and landfilled them decades ago, back when Apple started the push to open home computing to the public, making it fun and accessible.
Howdy, stranger. The name's Blatz. Fester Blatz. Welcome to Implants and Stuff. Go ahead. Have a look around at some of the most interesting replacement body components this lovely planetoid has to offer.
Oh, a nice fresh sales pitch.
It probably seemed like a good idea to you at one time.
Brain-dead products have been a staple of the home-built being hobbyist for decades now. They make a fine line of adapter plugs which allow for cross-species component swapping. Means you'll be able to pick up parts anywhere other beings exist. Nice deal, huh? They also make a pretty fine moddy. Get tired of what kind of mood your droid, or spouse for that matter, is in? Why, you just slap in one of those babies and bingo! You can modify them into a whole new attitude. Find a wife type who won't pay some big buckazoids for that. Too bad the sale of them is illegal. About all I do is trade for 'em. It's one of them loopholes, guess you could say. Kinda developed a hobby of collecting the suckers.
He seems to be ignoring you.
Excuse me. I'd like a room, please.
Really? I mean, really? Well, I think we got one or two for a couple of $100 buckazoids a night. In advance, you understand.
I believe I have a prepaid reservation provided me by StarCon.
I got no reservations from any StarCon. I got no reservations, period. I do a cash business. You want a room, cough out the buckazoids.
So that's, 200. Well, okay.
200? Don't you listen, son? I said 300. That's 300 a night. And I don't include any weird pets. Them's extra.
I could have sworn you said...
You calling me a liar? I don't need no guff from the likes of you. This is the finest lodging on the planet, son. If you don't like the prices, you can just take your sorry, pinkish carcass out of here.
Well, 300? Okay, but give me your finest room then.
The finest room? Yeah, right. You got it, buckaroo. Best in the house. Coming right up. Pay up, and we're in business. Okay, son, you just scribble your old Bill Shatner on the register screen and I'll get your key card. It's as fine a room as you'll find on this orb.
You have a brief moment of what you think is cleverness. You decide to wittily sign the name Franzel Niekberm.
Okay, here's your key card. Don't lose it. Room 1220J. Up the elevator. Franzel Niekberm. If I had a buckazoid for every time I'd seen that name, I'd be sitting pretty. I could afford one of those fancy fur-lined donut thingies that... But, what was I saying? Anyway, enjoy your stay. If you need anything, don't hesitate to tell someone.
Gee, thanks. Say, could you tell me where...
I'm a real busy guy, son. You got any questions, why don't you just go find the Chamber of Commerce and talk to them. I'm sure they'll be glad to help you out. Be seeing ya.
Just as you're about to insert the key card so you can go inside and check out your new digs, you notice those two goony-looking dudes from the lobby walking in your direction at a rather deliberate pace. Perhaps they're going to welcome you to the place or show you where the ice machine is.
Hey there, pal. Got a second? Me and my friend here was wondering something.
Fire away. What did you want to know?
Well, we was wondering if you'd have any objection to us pounding you senseless. Grab 'em and let's get moving. I gotta report in soon. You puny little scumbag. I can't believe anyone would want you. One thing's for sure, you sure ain't gonna be seeing your home son ever again. Hey, Nigel, let's get back to it, huh? We got things to do and places to go. Now, just sit there and be still and be quiet, little man. I've got some things to finish before I finish you. Hey, what the fu- I don't want to see you move another inch or I'm gonna slice you into nice little bite-sized pieces. Now, can it?
You are now a proud nail owner. You struggle, but it's simply out of your grasp. Like algebra. A beautiful... You struggle, but it's simply out of your grasp. Like algebra. Good thinking. The nail proves to be just what you needed to free yourself from those handcuffs. Don't get all excited, Little Red Riding Hood. You aren't out of those woods yet. You carefully lay the rug on the floor. Even though you were never known for your interior decorating talents, you feel very satisfied with the location you have chosen. Your body is now carrying a nice static charge. Wow, the static energy you built up discharged, frying Lard Boy's circuitry. Did you actually think of that, or was it just luck? You now possess the Mahdi. The room seems to be vibrating very slightly. This would probably indicate a damping field in operation somewhere close by. Either that or someone downstairs is using a pro shiatsu. The room seems to be either that. It does nothing until you insert. It does nothing until. It does nothing. This optical disc-based multimedia it's called a 3DOA. This optical disc-based multimedia entertainment system has a slew of powerful graphics and audio coprocessors. A unique flexible architecture is extremely high-priced and plays a half-dozen really bad arcade games. It's called a 3DOA. Surprisingly, it's a pile of books. Who'd have thought these guys could read? This optical disc-based, it's... The room seems to be either that. It does nothing until you... There seems to be a small pile of CD-ROMs sitting here. Your search through the CDs reveals a bunch of typically boring multimedia magazines. A multimedia phone book. Too bad there aren't any phones around here. The Outpost Project Survival Guide. Successful People Managing Techniques by Carm Trebus. Funny, it's empty. MF-DOS for idiots, morons, and phoebes. Turing Xenon on 5 buckazoids a day. Discovering your inner maggot. How to become assigned to being a corporate creative genius without really trying. This might be worth checking out. It's a copy of Popular Tektronix. Smooth move. You've got his keyring.
Well, the worm is out of the hole. So, you have to ask yourself, do I feel lucky? Well, do I, punk?
A box of MODIs, behavioral modification Eurocircuit chips, lies under the desk. You poke and prod amongst the MODIs until you find a Mahdi labeled churlish. Being intrigued by the word, you glom it. Incidentally, you might want to look up the word churlish before you do anything stupid. The corner of the label in this Mahdi seems to be loose. In this galaxy, those two ideas. Nothing. Thinking it was the churlish Mahdi, he pops it in place. The room seems to be It's Nigel's belt, complete with a damping field actuator and a nifty personal grooming assistant. Excellent guess, Craig. That's an interesting... No, that's just not a good idea now. Yuck! It's the hair you pulled from Nigel's personal grooming assistant. This button opens. Didn't that Sally Struthers Learn at Home course teach you not to stack components on... Didn't that Sally Struthers... This circuit...
It's not transmitting very well from here. Maybe I should try a different place.
Excellent guess, Chris. This is the data. This button.
Hey! Here's your fish!
Stellar, you picked up my homing signal. I can't believe I actually made it work. Now no one can say I spent a little bit too much free time in the bathroom with Popular Tektronix.
Popular Tektronix, who are you trying to kid? I know what you were reading in there.
What was that voice, Roger? I thought I heard something.
Pay no attention, Stellar. It was probably just a mechanical flatulence from the ship.
Anyway, we received a transmission from a nearby StarCon communications monitoring platform. They told us of some unusual signal originating from the area of Polysorbate 60. We dialed it in, scanned the coordinates, and found you.
So what are you doing in this sector, Stellar? I thought you were stationed on the SCS Heinz 57.
I am. I had some leave accumulated and decided to take it. This is kind of embarrassing for me. I actually came to see you. I've been thinking about you a lot lately, and I was curious about what you'd been up to, so I decided to visit. And when I arrived here, I found you had just left for shore leave on Polysorbate. I decided to follow you down and try and catch up with you. When I got to that dump of an inn and found you'd been kidnapped by those thugs, I searched around, but could find no trace of where they'd taken you. That certainly is a strange place. I decided to beam back up to the deep ship and try to locate you through your transport communicator signal. When I'd returned, I found you'd left it up here on the ship. I didn't know what to do then until that call came through from the StarCon installation. You're a lucky man, Wilco.
Yeah. I guess I am. If you hadn't gotten there when you did, I'd probably be a victim of some serious cement poisoning after those geeks chucked me off that balcony.
Terrace.
What?
Well, actually, it was a terrace.
Whatever. Thanks, Stellar. I sure owe you a big one.
I'd sure like to collect that sometime. But let's talk about you and me. Perhaps I could take you to dinner sometime soon.
I'd like that, Stellar. I'd like that a lot. The thing is that I kind of have a relationship with another, and I wouldn't feel very comfortable about that. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to her. You understand?
Not to mention the fact I'd be wearing my sphincter for a necklace if Beatrice ever found out.
I hope you do understand, Stellar. I like you. I think I even more than like you. I don't know where I got this inordinate sense of loyalty toward Beatrice.
I believe the word that explains that is fear.
Pound sand, pal. Please know that were the situation any different, I'd be making that date with you right now.
Oh, I see. Friends, co-workers, buddies. That's all this is gonna be. I guess I knew it somewhere inside. I just didn't want to believe it. I guess I admire your trueness of heart, however misplaced. But I feel much more inclined to damn you for it. I know that's selfish, but it's how I feel. I must admit it shows something more about you, more depth of character than I gave you credit for, Wilco. Well, I'm patient if you ever have a change of heart. Well, Roger, we should see what we can find out about those subhuman walking dumpsters that had such a keen interest in you. I don't suppose you heard their names.
No, but I did get this neat personal grooming assistant. It needs a little cleaning, but...
That's great, Roger. Don't clean it, though. Take it to the sick bay. There's a DNA analyzer there. We can scan the contents and perhaps use the results to get some names and information about these guys.
Good thinking, Stellar. I probably would have thought of it, eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have, Roger. Look, I've got to go to sick bay and get some treatment for my back after that not-so-graceful rescue.
Oh, yeah, that. Sorry. Well, I'll see you there.
Commander, I am receiving a message from StarCon.
Computer on screen.
Hello, Commander Kilbasa. I have a new directive for Deep Ship 86. This is actually a special request from me, Commander. As you may know, I served with Admiral Bluntfang during the Fallopian campaign. Admiral Bluntfang's widow is involved in building an off-world retirement community. They are almost finished, but have requested assistance from Deep Ship 86. Commander, please extend her every courtesy. You know, if things go well, this would not look too bad in your personnel file. I will let Sharpay, the Admiral's widow, explain further.
Hello, Commander Kilbasa. As Admiral Toolman mentioned, we have almost completed our project here, but could use StarCon assistance. To be honest, Commander, I pulled a few strings, but this is an important mission, I assure you. Since you are scheduled to be present for the dedication of the Golden Light Year's Retirement Center anyway, I hoped you might alter your travel plans to accommodate an earlier arrival. From the information provided me by my old friend, the Admiral, you would be able to warp here within a few hours. I require some assistance from your ship, as well as one of your crew members. Allow me to explain.
Meanwhile, back in sickbay... Pretty cool looking.
Yuck!
It's the...
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilker. The sequencer is for use by trained personnel only. Obviously, you don't fit that description. I'm afraid I can't allow you to use it.
Come on, Jebba, be a pal. Who'll know?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation.
You summon the ability...
Jeez, Jebba. Who's gonna know? Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
I don't know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulations. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I swear, it'll only take a minute. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what, anytime you want it, one free plunge job, day or night. What do you say?
Well, I don't know.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jebba, be a pal.
Well, okay, but just this once. If anyone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
No problem. I'll be done in a flash.
I really don't know why I'm doing this.
That wouldn't prove...
Neat. I've always wanted to try one of these on the compost.